Hi, and welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence, and today we're going to take a look at the Mezco G.I. Joe Cobra Firefly. First thing that you're going to see is the original artwork that we got from the O-ring. Now, this is not the accessories that he comes with. It would be absolutely awesome for the price that you're paying if they would make the accessories, since they're going to throw that on there, but I'm not going to be too upset about it. But hey, we got the wonderful explosion background. But these things are meant to be taken out. I mean, I can't see the figure. Why would I have it here? On the side, you have the Cobra symbols, and then you have everything that he does come with. And he does come with a lot of stuff. And we will compare him to the two classified versions. We'll compare him to the O-ring and see how much they are comparable to each other. We'll compare him to the other Mezco G.I. Joes, Destro, Roadblock, Storm Shadow, and Snake Eyes. And we'll see if I'm a little disappointed that he's too big, because I think Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, they should be a little bit smaller, or maybe even a lot smaller than Destro and Roadblock, but they do work if you're able to put them together and you put classified around them, but not standing right next to them. But anyway, that's a whole nother gripe for another day. But I want to get into this figure. I cannot wait. This one looks awesome, and I'm sure that the soft goods are going to make it pop even more. But before we do, if you like this type of content, if you like the G.I. Joe Mezcos that I've been giving you, take a second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop one. Now let's get into this, and we're going to try and make it shorter than some of the other Mezcos, because I know they can go pretty long. Alright, so I got everything open, and we do have the instructions. They're going to show you where the belt is. How the belt goes on. There's different pouches for it, different sheaths for the knife, and a lot of stuff is removable, so you can change things around. How the smoke effects go to make the drones go up in the air. So first thing we'll just get it out of the way is every Mezco, no matter what it is, comes with a stand. It has a peg here. Now you pop this peg out, and then you can use this for a flight stand, for a kicking stand, however you want to use it. And you do need to use some force. Just push it out right down in the middle there. Hey, look, you can see me. And then that thing pops down. All right. And then every Mezco comes with one of these, which is the bag, so you can throw everything in there. Now, not everyone's going to do that. Some people throw it back in the box, but for me, I like throwing them in the bag just for the fact that I don't have to open the box every single time I want to change something, do a different type of picture or something like that. Just move them around. So, all right. So let's get into everything that this guy comes with. And of course, we have the two Fireflies from the classified behind him, and then we have the O-ring version of it. So quickly, we'll take a look at the figure and see what he actually comes with. I usually do the figure towards the end, and we'll just see how clean the joints are on this guy. And what I mean by that is how smooth, because the one thing you do have to watch out with Mezco is that because you have this cloth overlay, which is awesome, you do have to worry about if there's stress fractures, if it's starting to stress. So quickly, we'll take a look. His head turns back and forth. You can look up just a little bit, and he can look down like that. T-pose. Then you have your double bicep. Double bicep. Double elbow joint. Wrist swivel. There is no butterfly joint, I don't believe. All right? He can move back and forth. So sometimes they do have some issues with the posability. He has some sort of... Yeah, he doesn't get a good ab crunch. So whatever they're using there, he can only move back so far. That was one of the gripes that people have had about Storm Shadow. So I'm willing to bet he's probably on the exact same buck. You have your double knees, and I gotta say, super smooth joints. Now, sometimes when you're moving these, understand that the cloth is going to get in the way, so you kind of have to adjust it. So you're not going to get the exact same posability that you have here, because you don't have to worry about that cloth being in the way. But also with the Jean-Claude. Now, they don't have drop-down hips, and that's as far as you can with the Jean-Claude. You can kick straight up, and that's how far back we go. Then you got the boot cut, and then your ankle rocker. And for the most part, you shouldn't have any issues really standing this figure, and I'm not sure if he uses, if he reuses any other parts. Mezco doesn't seem to be too big into reusing, at least from what I see in the Joe stuff. All right, we just turn back and forth too, so he does kind of turn. I think we'll be able to get him in some good poses. So quickly, we'll take a look at that head, and he's got that scar, very much like the original Classified, where he's kind of been beat up. He's got the turtleneck, nice little collar, gray camouflage. And again, this is all cloth, so it's not like the Spider-Man or the superhero type where it's elasticy. This you don't get. This feels like it's kind of not on properly. I think we might have to adjust it. It almost looks like it's sewn on wrong, but I'm not sure. Oh, it's Velcroed. Okay, oh, look at that. It's Velcroed. So this will come right off if you want it to. So we can pop this thing off, probably to use other things. Doesn't really help with the ab crunch there. But you get down to the boots. So they look good. You got your shoelaces right there. You can tell that it's been scuffed up. That he's been out doing some stuff that's probably not so great. And then you have his, well, it's supposed to be a plate carrier, I believe, right? So here's your plate carrier. Soft goods. Again, it looks pretty nice. So we have this vest, which I believe is supposed to mimic the original vest a little bit more than, let's say, this here. Because this is kind of going to imitate that, I guess, a little more, although all the drones are going to go on here. So let's go ahead and we'll take a look at this thing here. So on it here, it looks like we have some sort of I don't want to call them grenades. People get mad at me if that's not what they're called, but some sort of explosives. And then it looks like you got some sort of shells there, possibly. It's all going to latch together somehow. I don't really see if there's anything in those instructions. But you have these little bands here, little elastic bands. You actually have a real... Oh my god, it actually really clips in. Jeez. And then on the back here, this is where we're going to put in the smoke effects here. If the drones are coming off, maybe this thing's going to take a little bit longer. There's your Cobra symbol. Damn, there's a lot to this, isn't there? So, now how do we get this thing on? That is the real question. So, this thing is just going to go right over. Hang this thing over like this. Alright, and then we're just going to clip both of them on, which is a bit scary. I mean, I could probably put it on over that thing too, but I kind of feel like I would want this without it. And let me just say, that is, these things are tiny, and it's going to be a lot of fun trying to clip them in. But more than anything, probably get them unclipped. And right now it looks like he's doing the damn you. While I am doing this, if you haven't yet, please take a second, hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button in case you're not subscribed yet. And if you're new to the channel, I'll just explain. I like to show you how things are when you get them right out of the box. I want people to know what it is, but I don't want to do an unboxing. I want to review the figure, see how it is right away. So there you go. That goes on like this. I almost feel like you probably need the plate carrier because it is so big here. It looks like you can probably adjust it, but man, that is going to be a tight fit to adjust. So right now we're just going to kind of leave it like this, and then we will go back to everything a little bit later because we got all this other stuff to get to. All right. 2 different heads we're going to come with. Again, this one has a scar. Camouflage looks awesome. And then we have another scar with this one. Now, it's hard to tell how much different they are, because all you're going to get is different eyes. So this one here looks like his eye might actually be shut. Oh no, he's squinting more here. This one, they are nice and open. And that one, I guess it's just a regular open. But quickly, when I look at the art, now I know, like this, the Storm Shadow, it seemed like one where they were trying to actually recreate the art. So, all right, so here is the belt. So much fun to put this thing on. So I'm just gonna unclip here, and if we look at it, you have all these different pouches. There's the clasp for it. So it's actually, this is going to be the back of it. Now, these I think are, at least that, so a couple of them, as you can see, actually come off. So you got a few that actually come off. I'm going to throw this bad boy on here. I think it's able so you can throw different sheaths on there if you want. And hopefully this thing just kind of clips on. It clips on pretty nice, pretty easily there. I wonder if we're going to have the plate carrier on that. Oh well. We're going to get to that soon. Oh God, there is so much stuff. And this is why the Mezcos take, honestly, 45 to 50 minutes. So, we're going to get the same blast effects that we got with Roadblock. Again, I like this one. It tends to be really good for the machine guns, which he doesn't have. Here's one with a bullet just exploding out. And now these will not work with classified unless you use some sort of sticky tack. They use a different size port. And then we have this one here. So again, you've seen these, but you do have a bullet that is exploding out. I thought there was a bullet there. Oh well. Alright. Oh, come on. I know people still hate this version of Firefly. I still think it's a good figure. Alright, so we have a pistol. Now, I thought the magazine came out. There we go. So the magazine does come out. And it doesn't look like there's a... This one does not have a bullet in it. Usually you can see the bullet. Usually they have detail for the bullet. I don't see any. So I can keep that in anyway there. And it is a small little pistol. There's your port for blast effects. Has a slider on it. So when he runs out, boom, there it is. You can use it. You can have him cocking it. You can do all kinds of things. Again, just looks absolutely awesome. Here is his submachine gun magazine there, and you can see the bullet right there. It's going to pop in. The stock does move back and forth, which is absolutely awesome. And there you have your port for blast effects. Trigger guard, trigger, your grip. So everything does look really nice on this. And then what you have is a suppressor for it. Alright. And I believe this is going to go just like that. And I can't see any reason not to have the suppressor on it. I just think it looks awesome. But it's this black with some silver accents, like it's worn. They do such a good job of making it look like it's been through some battles. We're going to get 2 sticks of dynamite. Alright, so you got your little reader there, your digital reader there. So you can use that for whatever you want. Again, we got a second one, looks the exact same. Then we have our 2 smoke effects, so when we have the drones go off, I believe they're drones, right? I believe it comes with 2 drones, you have this for them. And they plug into this backpack right here. So, quickly, we'll take a look at everything else. He does come with this little RC car. Now, how does it compare to this one? Again, $112, $25. And if you say I'm perfectly fine with that, I'm not going to argue. That is a wonderful figure other than a loose ab crunch. But there is a difference between a $25 figure and what you get for $112. And if you think it's not worth the price, then that's perfectly fine. So there's your classified one. Here's your Mezco one. It's smaller. I like the sleekness of the Mezco just because it's a little bit smaller. But this one, again, it's not like it takes up too much room, but the way it plugs into his back, or his backpack. So it's got some big kind of four-wheel drive tires on it. Scratches on the bottom because you know it's gone over some stuff. The tires do roll. They're not rubber. Technically, they don't even really roll. They just kind of push along, all right? And then we have, it's going to be 4. God, you got all this other stuff. All right, so here we have the drones. So here is one drone that is going to plug into. Then you kind of have the red dot, so it's looking. These do spin, so that is pretty cool. And we do have a second one that sits right here. We'll have to play around with it and see if they just plug in. And I'm assuming they're supposed to. So quickly, looking at the port, you got one really small side here. Then you got the large side. So if you want to make it so they are flying off, we plug that right in there. And then, boom. Now you can get that effect of him flying away. But right now, we're going to leave that off because we still got a lot of stuff to get through. I do apologize if you're one of those people that wants to get a quick, easy watch. This is probably not it. So here is the holster, your leg holster for your pistol. Again, how easily does it go in? It just pops right on in. Doesn't fall out, so that looks good. It's going to slide up his leg. And what you do is you have a small little spot that you're going to plug into this one right here. So let's say you don't want to have them with it. You use this to cover the hole. But let's be honest, we want them to have this. But if you have them run around with a plate carrier, or like I said, you just don't want them to have it, then you don't have to worry about it. So slide that up. Look at that. Plugs right in. No problem. All looks good. And you got the little belt buckles there. It is elastic. It's gray. It's almost coming off like it's green, but it is gray. But that looks really good. I mean, honestly, it's really nice. So here we have the other one for the other side. All right. It looks like he has some communicators from Star Trek on there. I'm assuming there's some sort of explosive. And I think we can do the same thing here. I believe that comes off. And that's going to plug right on like so. And one other thing about the Mezcos is at $112, if you really like the figure, Roadblock is a hard one for me because I like him with everything that he comes with. It makes you want to buy more of the same figure so you can load them out differently and just have them there. So this is going to sit here. And again, you can swap things around. I guess you can't really swap the pistol, but maybe get rid of the pistol. You want to throw this over there. Again, your toy, you do whatever you want. And the detail looks good there. I think I have it kind of rolled. I have to fix that. Like so. That's kind of aggravating. Let's pop this off here. That would drive me absolutely mad if I have it rolled over. All right. So there we go with that. It almost looks like it's spun inside of it, which is not going to be fun to try and get. I'm not going to waste your guys' time to look at that. We're just going to put this to the side right now. He does have some knee pads. So if you want to throw the knee pads on, Just swing that open. Pop that on, right? I believe these are knee pads. Or is this... Oh, no. Okay, you know what? Someone's going to call me out. Right now, someone's yelling at me. So this is a comm, probably for the explosive. So this is going to go some sort of gauntlet. That's going to go up here. So quickly, closes up. And then you want to open this up here. And then it's got some nice detail. It kind of reminds me of the G.I. Joe glove. All right, now... There is just so much stuff when it comes to these things that you really have to decide how you want to put everything together. I mean, that's all I can say. It's how you want to put everything together. So here's the knife sheath. This goes on his arm. I guess technically you'll probably pull this off, and it'd be a tight fit to try and get on his legs. So I don't think I'm going to try that. All right. You have another knife sheath. This one looks more like it would go on maybe his leg. I don't know. And then we have this one here. Yeah, okay, so they give you a whole bunch. Again, you can mod this figure up so many different ways. Then we got the goggles. So how do the goggles go on? Let's take a look really quick here. Kind of just throw them on. And I believe we could probably use that with any of them. Now, I look at this, and it kind of reminds me of the Riddler from the Batman movie that just recently came out. Ooh, let's not fall. So there we go. So that looks okay. I'm not a big fan of the goggles, but I guess you really don't need it. But you flip them up, and he looks kind of menacing. Again, a lot like this Classified. I feel like they really did take a lot from that Classified. So... All right, all the hands that we're going to get, and we'll quickly go through them, is we got a couple opening hands. Nice detail. Really looks like biker gloves more than anything. And then we have a couple of like karate hands that you can, I would assume, push some stuff into there, so he's kind of holding it or whatever he's doing. We have knife hands. We got knife hands, or thumb wrestling hands, as I like to call them. We have his trigger hands, his trigger fingers. All right. And then we got some other hands to hold something a little bit bigger, and I guess once we get into all that other stuff, all the accessories, we'll know what that can be. So, all right. So quickly, if you never messed with the Mezco, the hands come off really easy. So they have a hole there. This is a nice pliable soft plastic, and then what you have here is a nice hard shaft. Yes, I said it. So we'll just throw the trigger finger on here because he's always going to need some sort of trigger finger, right? And this one, I'm not a big fan of the fists. I do understand why they have it. But we'll start off with one of these bigger hands, and you can see how easily they pop on. All right. I gotta say, his head does move around pretty well. So we can pop this off here, and there is the barbell that they use. Now, the thing about Mezcos are, if you look on the inside, there is a rubber grommet. So if you decide that you want to put this on, let's say this Classified here, to see how it looks, that should fit on either one. Sometimes they don't fit properly, but hey. So all we're going to do is throw on a different head here. This is more of the squinty eye. And then we have this one, which is the more open eye. And I have to say, I really do feel like this was modeled after Ray Stevens. The late Ray Stevens, who recently passed away. Probably the only reason to watch Ahsoka. The only good acting, at least in it. I know some people will get mad at me, but it's the truth. It was a decent series, but man, the acting was awful. All right. The belt is been shifted. Mezcos are very frustrating, especially to do reviews on the way that I do my reviews. So just hang with me if you are so inclined. All right, so here's what I'm going to quickly do. Is we're going to take this Firefly here. We're going to pop his head off. I know people will ask. He actually has the smaller head joint here, and we'll pop this one on it. Now, it's actually loose, but unfortunately, it's different color. Now, I think it actually can work because he's going to have a different color balaclava, but it does kind of match everything else. So you could get away if you like these heads way more than this. Again, you would need a little bit of sticky tack on the inside there, so you can pop that on him. I think this one works. It looks perfectly fine. And if you are wondering, this is a Arsenal of Pew Pew's gun right there. So then we can take this one. This one I know for a fact is going to have the old style head joint. And you can already see how large, how top heavy, how big that is there. And if drop something off of him. Oh. So we'll worry about that after. But again, rubber grommet. Now this actually looks really nice. I think it actually fits pretty good because you got the ring around here. So if you want to adjust your classifieds, it's up to you. I don't think it's awful. Again, the balaclava might be coming from a different suit. It is a different gray, so up to you. Your toys, like I say so many times, do what you want with it. Have fun. No one's coming to take it. Not even Pinkerton. At least we don't think they are. I'm not going to sit there and try and restand these classified figures. They can be frustrating. And, oh, hold on. Let me go. That is the pad that goes in the back to control this. All right. So here's everything that's already taken out. We'll throw everything back in here. Then we're going to get into all these little itty-bitty accessories. Again, there is so much that we're going to get into. And again, if you're new to the channel, this is how I like to do it. I want to show you, what it is that you're going to be getting, what you're going to be messing around with. We will get to putting the sheaths on them and seeing where they belong. So don't get too mad and say, hey, you're not reviewing all this stuff. Well, I'm showing you, and there's just so much to get into. And again, you guys are great that you'll stay for as long as you do. So always be careful when you are opening a Mezco. They will fall right out. You do not need to pop anything out. There's no ties in it, nothing. It is wonderful, but if you don't know, then you might lose some stuff. So quickly, we'll take a look at all this stuff. He has his little tablet, which has some really nice detail to it. Where's my flashlight? Let's see. I found that sometimes when you hit these things up with a black light, sometimes you can see what it is a little bit better. Well, you can see exactly how bad my hands are. I think it's actually, you can see it better in person on the on the camera. You just have to kind of look at this, but there's everything that's on his tablet. Here, it looks like he has the walkie-talkie, the radio, pretty much what he came with as a young kid. We've got 2 extra magazines. All right, and I already showed you the magazines. They do have bullets in them. Here are the 2 pistol magazines, which usually, I thought they always had a bullet in it, but I don't see them in here. We actually have 3 different knives, one that's a little bit larger. Again, I'm going to assume that one's going to go on the leg. A bunch of different pouches, which is pretty cool. They're giving you different things for the pouches. This is... How does that go on? It looks like you're able to slide that in through maybe the belt or through one of the... if if you want to put stuff on here, man, I don't know. You have to really go back and look at everything. All right, let's not lose anything, please. All right. So we have the larger knife, nice and straight. It's not sharp where it's going to kill you, like some other companies. Black handle, nice silver. And then we have the two smaller knives. And this is definitely something that he would use. He's a saboteur, so he's kind of in and out to attack. This is... Really, I'm trying not to lose this stuff. There's his little grenade. Here we have a pineapple grenade. And look at the detail on that. The pin is silver. The pineapple, the shrapnel is painted different. So much little things on this. Again, two little pouches, not bags. They're pouches. Don't call them bags. Someone will get mad at you. But you can tell that something like they're supposed to slide in there. Wow. Here we have a. Ooh, look at this. Here's a smoke grenade. Right? A flash bomb. Technically, it is a flash grenade. So the guy that yelled at me for calling it a grenade when I was going through a gridiron, yeah, they're still called flash grenades or smoke grenades. So, suck it. There you go. Some people come in very angry because you say something wrong. Well, it's part of the charm of my channel. So you get two each of all the grenades. Smoke grenade or flash grenade, whatever you want to call it. Pineapple grenade, the small grenade. But that is everything right there. So now let's see. There's a lot to do, man. This thing's going to go an hour. I don't want this to go an hour. I want this to be fairly quick. Well, quicker. Nothing is really fast when I go through all this. So we're not going to worry about fixing this. It's very frustrating. We'll see if we can kind of arm him up. Then I can do some pictures with him. So here's nice. Up there nicely. I mean, I love that you can just kind of mod these things out. But again, it's not great for reviews when you're trying to show people everything and you drop things. Because these things are very, very small. And if you watch my Storm Shadow review, yeah. So I'm not going to sit here and show you. I think you guys can figure out exactly how this stuff goes on. This is going to take some time. Not something you really want to do on camera. You're going to need to get something, pull this out. I do have an Allen wrench over here. All right. And maybe reach in here, kind of pull that out, and then you're going to have to reach. But what's going to make this very difficult is you're going to be trying to put, this elastic over, you're going to be putting this elastic over cloth. So it's going to bunch up. It just makes it extremely different. So, yeah. All right. So quickly, it's going to be hard for me to show you how, again, I think you guys can figure out how that goes on. I'm going to do some pictures with it. I'll do my final thought there, and you can see how it's going to look. But let's quickly take a look and compare these two. So here is the classified version, and you can tell they try to redo it in some ways. You have the grenades up on the bandolier here, or the cross, whatever it's called. You got the bullets. Again, I think we can put pouches on this. That's what I think those are for. So it looks pretty good. They tried to give you something on the side here. You get your pistol. These must come off, don't they? Or maybe they don't. I was thinking these came off and then some of those could kind of interchange with that, but I don't see that happening. The backpacks are going to be completely different, and then I guess that's another thing that I was looking at is here you have your car, and I'm assuming the car is supposed to pop on like that. Now for the drones, I'm not sure how they go on. It looks like they just plug in. Maybe not. Oh wait, that's right. There was instructions. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I totally forgot about the instructions. But you have little tools in there. So this thing just opened right up. So you open that up. I know someone's screaming at me. Read the instructions. And I'm like, dude, I totally forgot. I mean, I did read over them quickly. So, is that going like that? No. Yeah, I'm not really sure how those are. They should have made those magnets and should have made it so they connect in like that. So I'm not sure where the drones go. Maybe up top here? Maybe that's... Ah, look at that. So the drones go up like that. So now the drones plug in there, so you no longer see the holes for the smoke. Good Lord, there's a lot of stuff here. There's so much stuff here. And again, you guys are sitting around so patient watching. I do appreciate it. I don't even know. I really didn't want to make this that long. And you see that one already fell off. So this is so difficult. I should really do these differently. I said I was going to do it differently. No wonder why no one really seems to care to watch these types of reviews that I'm doing. Some of them, some, yeah, classified, but, and these ones, there is just, why is that? So this one fit in perfect, but this one here, I don't know. God bless you people for sticking around. I mean, honestly, God bless all of you if you are sticking around. If you're not, then I'm just talking to myself at the somewhere around the 40-minute mark, or closing in on the 40-minute mark. I feel like this side is just something wrong with it. Oh, maybe I have it the other way. The wrong way? That doesn't seem to make too much sense. None of this seems to make too much sense. But I did it anyway. So yeah, okay, so I guess they plug in, I don't know. This is what you get for $112. Lots and lots of stuff to show off. So there you have that. The original classified O-ring. I guess foot's all messed up. And the boots look very similar. Has a pouch on the side. The bandolier. I keep calling it bandolier. I know it's actually what holds it there. But you have the grenades. The pouches. Now, they didn't give the pouches. They did some sort of bullets. Belt has a few pouches. You guys have the sidearm right there. And on the back, we kind of went over everything. Unfortunately, I am missing a few things, including the radio. So, all right. And then we have this guy here, which I think when you look at the eye, you kind of get the scar idea. And if you're wondering, that is a Valorverse gun. I think it fits him pretty well. All right. There's not too much to show here. Oh, wait a minute. Height-wise. Oh, see, so much stuff. And I could edit things, but editing seems awful. So quickly, let's take a look and see how do they fit size-wise. And we'll just take off the backpack because it's in my way. So here we're looking at it, and we can see he is a little tall. A little bit taller than, this Firefly. So he's going to be a little bit taller than some of the classified figures. I'm going to grab our Destro, who's the same height as our Roadblock. And Destro seems to be actually a little bit taller. So now comes the fun part of I'm going to grab Snake Eyes, who I have complained about, said that he's too tall. And we're going to see exactly how he scales. God, there's a lot of stuff on this desk as it is. And now you look at Snake Eyes, and Snake Eyes is taller, so he seems to be on a different buck. Or maybe it's just a neck peg, because he kind of has a crunched up neck, it looks like more. Snake Eyes, you're going to fall over. I know. So much fun for you guys. I don't want to mess with my Storm Shadow. I don't know if my hands are clean enough. He's white. All right. Dude, this is one of the biggest shit shows that I've done of a review, I think. I was like, I'm going to make this Mezco review a little bit better, make it shorter. I completely screwed up there. So with the Mezco, because of how easily their hands come off, sometimes it's easier to take the hand off first and then plug it in. All right. And let's say you want to aim it. Now, gotta be careful with their hands because you can't see what the joints are. I think this gun is awesome. I really do. I think that thing just looks sweet. And I don't think they have I mean, I guess this hand here you're going to use to like hold it, but I'm not a big fan of that. This is probably for the dynamite. You can actually hold, well, that's not the dynamite. Maybe hold the dynamite if you want. This is a. So there's a lot of different things, and I think this is too hard to do reviews like this. I should really just do a show off, like, hey, this is how he looks, and this is how he does this, and his knees bend here, and different things like that. So very hard to do it the way that I do with the classified, but this is how I like to do my stuff. So there you go. That is the Firefly Mezco. If you're into spending $112 on a figure, if you think this figure is awesome, if you love Mezco, then maybe this is just for you. All right, so that is my review of at least the first reaction to the Mezco Firefly, and he looks awesome. Mezcos are frustrating, and it's because there's so much. And that's a good thing, and it's also a bad thing. And you are, like, you're paying $112 for this figure, you're getting a lot. You paid $95, I think, for Destro. You get a lot. $95 for Roadblocker, $112 for Destro, actually. You get a lot. You get a lot of stuff. But I have to say, when you kind of, I got the sheath on, I actually didn't put the knife on there. You get the sheath on, or you get this little computer display here, you know, you see that Velcro, or not the Velcro, the elastic there. Doesn't look that great. It's also very frustrating because you only have such a small bit to put on there, and it really causes everything to bunch up. So they give you all this stuff, but it's hard to do quick modifications and changing, where Roadblock I don't think was that difficult because his arms are exposed. Destro didn't really have anything. They made it so everything was already on it and you kind of snapped on it. I would have rather seen that, where they already had something inserted and then you could put on the sheath, or you could put on this little digital reader, whatever it is, stuff like that. Now, I did get the plate carrier on with the backpack, which actually makes more sense. You got to adjust the plate carrier, in my opinion. Put the belt on first, then move it to where you want it. Put the plate carrier. Now you don't have the big strands that are hanging down. The figure looks awesome. It's going to be fun to pose. It's going to be fun to do stuff with, but they are frustrating. If you don't have patience, this is not a figure for you. If you're not doing photography, or you just don't love the Firefly figure, it might not be what you want, but I think it's good. But it takes a lot out of you. I'm not going to lie. I've been here for an hour. I haven't taken one picture yet. I'm still finishing the review here. And there are some things that I think are really great, and other things, again, it's like a model. It takes time. It takes patience. So there you go. I'm not going to tell you to go out and get it or not to go out and get it. You've seen what it looks like. You've seen you know, again, Mezco make wonderful figures. Smooth joints, but again, you do have the major issue of cloth, and sometimes it causes a problem. But there's no denying exactly how good this figure looks. So I'm going to get out of here. let's go over a few things. If you want to support the channel, there is a link to the merch shop down there. I have shirts, stickers, mugs, all that type of good stuff. The Facebook group page, Punks with Toys, because once you join, you're a punk with toys. There's a couple questions, a few questions actually. Answer all 3, and then I'll say accept. If not, I'm going to decline it because I have more things to do with my life than go through your profile to see if you're an actual toy collector. The Instagram account, A Punk with Toys, there's 2 of them. Subscribe to both. One I put more pictures up on now, that's what I'm trying to do. The other one I post when I got reviews, live streams, different things like that. That's a lot to say. But if you like this, if you stayed this long, God bless you. You're a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful person, and I can't thank you enough. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification. Now, I'm going to leave. I'm going to get out of here, but what I am going to do is I'm going to leave probably my most frustrating figure that I've done, Storm Shadow, right up here, and here will be the other Mezcos that I reviewed. Take care.